coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
I just retweeted it seconds ago at Real Alex Jones, a tweet by Matt Drudge, I guess yesterday, that I'd missed. He simply said, have an exit plan out of this country. And I can't believe that we have to sit here and seriously talk about stuff like this, but that is a very reasonable thing to say. Have an exit plan. My problem is there's really nowhere to run. What, Northern Europe, Switzerland, Iceland? Drudge Report founder leaves a cryptic four-word tweet open to interpretation. Have an exit plan. There's no open to interpretation. Only morons would understand what that means. You've got the producer of Schindler's List coming out saying for the first time ever he's afraid to live in America. Obama is a dictator now, folks. He is a dictator. They're preparing the ascension of Hillary after he goes to continue the dictatorship of the stinking Clintons. And that's why, as much as I hate him, even the puppet rival Chris Christie's being destroyed. The other viable rival, Governor McDonald, one of the front runners, destroyed. Dinesh D'Souza with films coming out to expose the Clintons. Because I, off record, happen to have been told about Dinesh D'Souza. After my show Thursday, when I talked to Bob Barr, I was contacted and I was told, do not tell anybody where you got this, but look up USA versus Dinesh D'Souza. And I searched it in the federal site and it didn't come up. And then I called the person and they said, I'm not going to tell you anymore. And then, boom, I turned the Drudge Report on my computer and there it was. It had just broken minutes before. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But the issue is they were not just planning to come out with the film America. They were planning to come out with another one, obviously up against Hillary. And they've got Dinesh D'Souza's phones tapped, folks. The point is, and again, I have sources directly in to what's going on and what's happening. And, of course, you see the famous producer. In fact, you guys reprint me that in Newsmax saying, quote, this is the first time he's ever feared being in the United States. And these are the real discussions that have to happen. Because you see all the crimes that have been committed by the people that are running things. And you see how all of this is unfolding. And you see how they get away with everything they do. Well, historically, 100% of the time, that leads to an attempted two words. One word and then a composite word. Total takeover. Historically, total takeover. And what happens in Soviet Russia or happened in the Bolshevik Revolution before that or Nazi Germany, you know the cases. People always deny it's happening because you've got courage and you're comfortable where you live and you think you're going to be able to beat them and you just stay there fighting them. And then they come and arrest you and kill your family in front of you or put you in a forced labor camp. And that's the point we've gotten to here is that is that if we don't turn this around soon, America's so done. What's the point? Just get out of here, because we are the center of the storm. Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his two-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex. Why does the United States spend the largest percentage of GDP in the world on healthcare? Why do we have the highest cancer rates on the planet, the highest rates of diabetes, autism, and every other major disease? It all comes down to one thing. We are what we eat. Our food is devoid of nutrition and processed with poisons and additives. Our water is filled with toxic poisons and big pharma runoff. All of this has been engineered by design. We can turn the tide against the eugenicist by giving ourselves the nutrients our body desperately needs. To learn more, visit InfoWarsHealth.com. The site is literally packed with audio and video featuring top health professionals who don't bow down to big pharma. The fight against the New World Order starts with you, and you can't stand against the machine if you're sick, tired, and obese. When you visit InfoWarsHealth.com, be sure and check out the catalog with nearly 400 life-changing products, and get free shipping when you sign up for AutoShip. In the last 50 years, iodine has been phased out of our staple foods and replaced with the halogen bromine, a practice now banned in nations around the world. Guess what else is in the halogen family? Fluoride. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. In 1924, the federal government did the right thing and encouraged salt producers to add iodine. It's the good halogen on the periodic table, and the results are on record. Reports documented a 15-point IQ increase in areas that had previously been deficient in iodine. Bottom line, iodine is important. Unbound, clean, in a glycerin base, nascent iodine was the answer for myself and my family. You will find Survival Shield Nascent Iodine exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com. InfoWars Life Survival Shield Nascent Iodine isn't just for emergencies. I take it every day. That's InfoWarsLife.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
Crashing through the lies and disinformation. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
You watch the Grammys, they have not one, not two, but 3 open satanic ceremonies conjuring Baphomet, simulating human sacrifices and public satanic sex orgies. And then the controlled corporate dinosaur media says they're trolling Illuminati skeptics. Well, I didn't know that Illuminati skeptics are so important, and Illuminati critics are so important that the Grammys every year now, and the Super Bowl and every other big national event has occultic ceremonies. No, folks, it's because these people are into the occult. On record, Katy Perry says she sold her soul to the devil. All of these people are on record saying they have sold their souls to the devil. Now, whether you believe in the devil existing or not, the archetypal manifestation of the devil, war, death, corruption, all of it is manifesting, and these people are trying to bring it about. What are the villains doing in archetypal literature from around the world? They're trying to overthrow the world, trying to destroy the life force, trying to create death and destruction. What's the Bible say the archetypal devil does? Kill, steal, and destroy. What does the Red King or the devil want to do in the Dark Tower series by Stephen King? He's trying to overthrow the planet and shift its poles and throw it out of orbit of the sun, killing everyone on board. That is the nature of the devil, is to overthrow all that is good. Whether the devil is real or not is not up for debate, atheist, because those that follow the mindset of the archetypal devil are real, and hence the devil is real. You understand that? Men envisioned rockets to the moon 500 plus years ago, and now we've sent rockets to the moon. You understand that? Because we are creators made in the image of the creator of the heavens. You can say, oh, well, that's delusional people running around in the desert 3,000 years ago with Moses saying that. Well, did it happen? Have you looked around? We are creators. We are builders. We're master builders. We're builders. The devil is a destroyer. Okay? So I choose to be with the builder, not the destroyer. I'm a builder. I'm a creator. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But I'm a better fighter than a fighter because I am a lover. Any real man knows that. Any real man doesn't have fear except for fear of the innocent being trodden underfoot. And then you're ready to do what it takes. That means hacking 50 people up with a meat cleaver like Samson. It's time for good people to find their strength. It's time for good people to decide what they stand for. It's time for good people to stop giving the world over to evil. As for me and my family, we have never really developed an exit strategy except for total nuclear meltdown, and I have looked at areas that are out of the main trade winds and Coriolis of the northern hemisphere, and it's just, there's not a lot of good places to go. I could move to some farm, live extremely low-key and poor, and probably be left alone if I moved to the mountains, plain areas of somewhere like Chile. I've looked at Chile. Very beautiful, somewhat more moral people compared to some of the other areas in Latin America. A lot of European expatriates and American expatriates. Costa Rica is beautiful, but when the hell goes to in a handbasket, it's going to melt down as well. You go to the outback of Australia, it's globalist run, but if you ran and tried to be left alone, you probably could be for at least a while. There's some areas of Northern Europe that are pretty good. Iceland is okay, but there's 400,000 people there and tenuous resources, but at least they've got their heads screwed on straight, and that's really what matters. If humans just work together for liberty, we're unstoppable. Switzerland, if you've got the money, which I really don't, not long term, you got to really bring stuff to the table to go to Switzerland. And the list just goes on and on from there. There's really nowhere to run, and my gut tells me that I'm not going to run. I need to stay here and try to fight and beat this. The problem is you look at the general public, who even though they're awake to the fact that we're going into tyranny, they still have no respect for themselves and almost have a hopelessness to just turn over the world to this evil. And if you look at textbook autocratic tyrannies, systems that the tyrannous spider weaves throughout history, this is the most thought out, premeditated, scientifically prepared evil the world has ever seen that now has hijacked and runs America and is going into overdrive in the personage and the personality and the signet and logo and figurehead and shield and foil and shill that is the abomination Barack Hussein Obama. And now I realize that one of the few areas where I've not been visionary is Obama, because I began to think that I knew that all politicians were puppets run by the globalist, which they are, but then in Obama,